episode 131, getting ready for summer fun. That's tomorrow, summer starts. Welcome in. I'm Erin Davis.
I'm Lisa Brandt, and this is Gracefully and Frankly. How you doing?
Good. I'm so excited for this week's show. Does it already sound like it? I don't know. I get excited about just talking to you.
Well, you talk about the sunshine, and I'm living like a mole person, so we should talk about that. There are some of us who are not summer people.
I know. But you're not a winter person either. What?
I'm not a person.
There! And freeze. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, can I tell you a little story? We had to take Cuddles to the vet. Anyone who follows me on social media would have seen that Cuddles was sick last week. And it was a little scary, but everything's fine. But a really neat thing happened, Erin. We're talking to this vet we'd never talked to before. They have a bunch of them at the clinic. And she said, Cuddles, sounds familiar. And she scrolled back. She was the one Cuddles' previous owner came in to surrender him.
Oh,
and
what?
Not only that, but she thought she had no option but to euthanize him. And this veterinarian said, no, you can surrender him. He'll be rehomed. He's a beautiful cat. And the woman was so relieved. And now I thought she was going to cry, this veterinarian. She said, here we are this many years later, and look how important he is to you guys. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Does it ever just underline how important it is to rehome an animal if you can't have them anymore?
Yep, she just didn't know. So
wow.
This veterinarian felt like a bit of a superhero for a little while, and that's what we told her she was.
Well, and so are you. Not everyone will adopt a senior cat. And how old is Cuddles now, and how old was he when you got him?
He was 12 and he's 16 now.
Aww.
So he's considered old. Like, that's the lifespan of a cat.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposedly 16 years. Many live way, way, way longer, and we're hoping for that. But he's starting to have some old man tendencies, and we're just going with it.
Yeah.
We adore him. Yeah.
Good. Well, you're well trained with Derek. You're used to all those tendencies.
Derek doesn't poop on the floor, but, it's early days, so.
Yeah, give it time. Well, between the vet and doing a talk, you were a busy girl this week. So you went to a school. What did you do?
I went to Western University.
Oh, not just a school, a big school.
To the Western Gazette, which is I don't even know how long this paper's been around. It's a really high quality, well-run paper. It's not just, something, when you think of a school paper, we think of when we were kids, and it's like,
right.
Oh, put it in the mimeograph and we'll talk about who got the best volleyball score or whatever.
Right.
But they're real journalists who have been there for quite a while, and they jockey for position or anything. Anyway, I talked to the editors about news and about journalism and about ethics and all sorts of things. And I was only there maybe an hour and a half, and then we went for lunch, and then I came home. But it exhausted me. And I don't know how we used to do all these things every day. Now, you had a routine that was just mind-boggling to me, where you would do the morning show on CHFI, come home, maybe get a little sleep, do something in the afternoon or evening, come home, get some more sleep, go do the morning show, and lather, rinse, repeat. And meanwhile, I'm lying at home like Cleopatra, wishing someone would feed me peeled grapes and wondering how I'm going to get up to make dinner.
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
Well, there was the love of the job. There was I had endless ambition, and the money was good. I mean, sometimes I'd get paid to go out in the evening. More often than not, I didn't, but it was only things that were worth going out for, whether it was a Mervish play or emceeing something for a charity I loved. The energy came from the love of it, but
right.
I think I hear what you're saying now, that now... And, the song, the Bare Naked Ladies song, lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did.
Yeah.
God bless his soul, rest his soul, his troubled soul. I just think about that because it's all I want to do. I mean, I wake up in the morning, and if I have 2 emails asking me about my schedule, I start to spin out. So it's now anticipatory stress. But let's talk about the recovery process, because I think everybody can relate to that, how we used to, an all-nighter was an all-nighter. Oh. You would go, and of course now it's when you don't get up to pee. But how did we do this? And do you look at rockers who are out there doing their shows like Cyndi Lauper in the midst of her Girls Just Want to Have Fun farewell tour? She's 72 this Sunday. Okay, that's young.
Right. I went and looked at her schedule. I thought, oh, maybe she's doing, a couple of weeks. They're back to back or they're a couple days. And she's really giving it her all. It's not just a relaxed little tour.
Yeah. And then we've got The Who. Roger, you didn't go The Who? I thought sure you would.
No, only Pete Townsend would do that. And I can make a deaf joke because I wear hearing aids. There you go.
Well, he turned 80 last month. Daltrey is 81. They're hitting 20 cities, including Toronto's Budweiser stage and Vancouver's Rogers Arena in September. And McCartney has just turned 83.
When was that?
Yesterday.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Was it?
83.
Okay, so here's my theory.
Okay, I'm listening.
These people have a lot of money. Okay, I think Paul McCartney should be doing his concerts for free by now, but that's just me. Anyway, when you're a billionaire, don't get me started. I got me started. Okay, so
I'm just going to sit here, sip my coffee, and let you go.
I'll argue amongst myself.
Yes, please do. Just do. Go
on.
No,
but they're pampered. They can have everything around them done for them. So you arrange it if you're at that level so that you don't have to worry about checking into a hotel and doing all that kind of stuff. Somebody takes care of all that. So the rest of your life is as calm and easily flowing as possible when you're at that age and you have that kind of money. That's my belief. And so it's a little bit different than me.
Yeah.
Plodding off when I swore off going to schools ever again and speaking to classes when I just felt like a relic one time when I did it, which was at Western. I swore I'd never do it again. Now, I'd really enjoyed it, but it just laid me out like a wrung out dish towel. But I didn't have anybody fussing around me or driving me home or making my dinner.
You know what it is? I think it's the adrenaline that we all run on when we have careers or when you've got to get the kids to 3 things in one day or all of the things that we do in a slightly younger life. And that adrenaline, when you tell it to go away, it doesn't come back on demand. It comes in the form of caffeine and the ways that we kind of ramp ourselves up when we have to show up and shine. But I think it takes a lot more to kick in that reserve tank and then shut it down again. That's my theory.
That makes perfect sense to me. Makes perfect sense. It didn't feel exhausting at the time. In fact, I enjoyed myself. I had fun and had a wonderful lunch. And, these young women were just amazing. It's all women right now.
Interesting.
Which is kind of unprecedented there.
Yeah.
And it was just terrific. But it was afterwards that I felt like a truck had run me over.
To me, it sounds a little bit like emceeing a dinosaur fashion show. It looks great, but you're doomed. How did you feel going to talk to future journalists when you see what is happening to journalism, like papers like All the Suns and the National Post all being owned by an American conglomerate that also owns the National Enquirer, that has a distinct one-way view and is no longer providing unbiased news? Like, how do you talk to these people?
Well, they're very much aware of it. They're so plugged into the industry. And because they're young and because they're not as experienced, obviously, and they're still shiny, happy, optimistic people, learning all the ins and outs, they are determined to do real journalism and talk about ethics all the time. Ethics, and double-checking sources and on and on. And I told them some horror stories about things that happened over the years when sources weren't double-checked. And, Gordon Lightfoot died before he died, right?
Yes.
At 680 News, we had a rule. You have 3 sources that confirm before you go on air.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You don't just hear something. So I actually left feeling very optimistic about the future of journalism, that there are people who really want to do it right and do it properly. Look back over probably a century ago is when the occasional U.S. president started saying, the media can't be trusted.
Yeah, fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah.
The current guy's just doing it in a different vernacular because he has the speech pattern of a grade 2 student, which is insulting to grade 2 students. But it's not new. And somehow real journalism still survives. There are people who still want it. So I left feeling super confident and optimistic and really proud of the work that they're doing. They're working their little tails off.
While we're talking about journalism, the other night Netflix dropped a second episode in their Trainwreck series, Rob Ford, Mayor of Mayhem. Now, at this point, neither of us have seen it. Are you going to? Because we're talking about journalism. Robin Doolittle is in it, and she was spectacular for the Star. Yeah. You're going to watch it? Because we'll talk about it next week. I guess that means you have to.
Yeah, I read a couple of reviews of it. And of course, Kevin Donovan, who was the lead investigative reporter at the Star, is my late brother-in-law's best friend. So I've had a chance to talk to him about some of this stuff, too, over the years. It sounds fascinating. I'm sick of Rob Ford. I'm sick of Doug Ford, but I'll try and make myself watch it.
Okay, and we'll see what you think.
If not, then you can just school me.
Oh, sure. Make me go to school this time. And by the way, if you do see it, call our voicemail line. Go to gracefullyandfrankly.com and leave your voicemail. We've got a great call this week. So when we're talking journalism and integrity, this is a tie-in I have to make because Michael Bentley founded Sierra Sil, all based on integrity. And the only thing better than integrity is when you can get it at a bargain. So let me remind you that just until June 20th, hope you're listening to this today when it drops, you can buy one, get one free on Sierra Sil's powerful joint formula curcumin 3, combining clinically proven curcumin and their signature Sierra Sil mineral complex. With their guarantee, you've got nothing to lose but the pain, and so much better for your system than standard pain relievers. Don't miss your chance to double up on relief naturally.
At their website, sierrasil.com. Sierra like the mountains, SIL.com.
Wouldn't it be great to get that $1 million idea? Now it has to be a $10 million idea that improves on something that's already there and makes you rich. Like Michael Bentley's never going to be rich. He's just trying to find a better pain reliever and get all Canadians on it. But I'm talking about things that have been out there for years, long enough for entrepreneurs to go, that's wrong, let's fix it. And so you and I started mulling over some things that haven't been improved despite decades and sometimes centuries to do so. Okay, so let's do some of our picks. And if you have some, again, call the voicemail line at gracefullyandfrankly.com. So you go first, Lisa.
This one has always bothered me, and it is the vacuum cord. The vacuum cord should be twice as long. I know people will say, get, what is it called when you have the bins all over your house and you just...
Oh, those, like the ones that they suck the dirt down in a hole in the floor? I do that, but we don't actually have a system. I just find a place and just, sweep it there.
I don't know why I can't think of it.
That's okay. Induction, convection, confection, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's cleaning.
Yeah, so the vacuum cord needs to be like 3 times as long. I have to keep stopping and replugging and stopping and replugging. Dyson's supposed to be so wonderful. Don't even get me started on the ball that keeps knocking itself over. But the vacuum cord is my nemesis. It makes me so angry. I get so mad at it.
Okay. All right.
That's one of mine.
This is funny because mine are domestic too. My first one, that little plastic disc at the top of a sauce or a Gatorade bottle, that like a Gatorade bottle, you open it and, there's another stuck seal. And they have this little semicircle of plastic that says peel. You cannot peel that. You can't grab it. It's usually got condensation. And if you use your teeth, you have to get new veneers. So that stupid thing.
Very stupid. Cereal bags. Why aren't they zipper seal?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got to be product replacement, so you have to buy more. There's no other reason for it. They've seen the zipper seal. They know about the zipper seal. Yep. Why don't they have the zipper seals? We always end up with a little bit of stale cereal.
Yeah, well, I've got boxes of it, so don't feel bad. Stale cereal. And then we've got Pringles. Why don't Pringles have a push-up bottom like a lollipop? You break the seal at the bottom, maybe one of those peel-back things that don't work, and you push it up from the bottom. Like, why do you have to go digging in it like you're clearing out a drain?
Makes sense. That's
Maybe they want us to work for it. Maybe they want us to work for our chips. What else you got?
Bacon packaging. The absolute worst. You end up with bacon juice all over your wrist, or else you don't cut it far enough and then it doesn't open, and then it's got that like foily, slimy paper in it. It's just the dumbest dumbest kind of packaging I've ever seen.
Yeah, and there's also, like, I don't know what of the Ellas or whatever it is, that the stuff that grows in there, too.
Ew.
Can we move to cars? Now, I don't have a problem with the height of the seatbelt when it comes across, but there are a lot of women smaller than I who say that it's extremely painful if you have a big bust or whatever. They're designed for tall men, okay? And also, this is my sister's biggest pet peeve, and she has wanted to call into a radio show about it. So, Leslie, I'm doing this one for you. It's her hill to not literally die on. Why is it that only more expensive cars have the side mirror sensors when it's literally a life-saving feature?
That is a very good point. And just in the last week or two, a proposed law came out that will make every car have to have these safety features.
Yay!
Doesn't matter the price point, doesn't matter anything, because obviously a lot of other people are thinking about it. I didn't even realize that was the case. That's crazy that it's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still inside the home, except I'm inside a public toilet.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
The touchless faucet.
Mm-hmm.
They suck.
I know. You're invisible half the time.
You're doing the wave, you're jumping up and down, doing everything, trying to get some water out. But the next person comes along and does the exact same thing, and then it works. It's just a terrible design. They're awful.
I think that basically half the time we're Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. We're not really here. Yeah, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Still in the bathroom, but in my own and yours, anything in the shower you have to read.
Yes.
Big print. Or just an S for shampoo, a C for conditioner, a B for body wash. And, okay, one more thing. No, it's not one more because we've got more. But are you like me, Lisa? Do you have about 8-to-1 ratio conditioner bottles in your cupboard to shampoo?
Yes, and I use it so infrequently compared to shampoo. I don't understand. I don't know.
Yeah, they pair these things up so somebody will buy their stupid conditioner. And we did. Okay, your turn.
All right, I think I just have one more, and it's price stickers that don't come off cleanly. There is a way to do it. I bought a little dustpan and little brush. The price sticker on it came off beautifully, and I just wanted to take it to every manufacturer and go, use this. I can't stand it. You know, there's a thing, my ex-husband used to leave stickers on everything, price stickers, everything. It didn't matter. And I was always peeling them off. For some reason, it bugs me. I still peel them off. They're not very peelable.
They're not, especially if you go to like a Winners, HomeSense, Marshalls, because they have those on there to stay so people don't move the price stickers around.
Right.
I think. And tags, one more thing about stickers. Tags inside clothes. We know you know how to print them, so print them instead of making us cut half the garment out so it stops scratching us.
Yes. Although, if it was shaped like a little hand, it might not be a bad idea, but no, it's not.
Get a little neck scratch or right along the side. Does that feel better? Some things that should have been improved upon but haven't been. Get your act together, people. We can't do everything. So I got a question for you, Lisa.
Shoot.
When you go grocery shopping, do you write down a paper list, or do you keep one going in the house, or do you put it in your phone?
I keep on going in the house and take it with me. It's usually on a Post-it, although about 1 in 5 I do on my phone. Mostly it's a Post-it, and half the time I can't find it when I get there. But anyway, what do you do?
A combination.
Okay.
Rob likes to keep it in his phone, and I'll just dictate stuff to him as we think about it. He'll say, I'm going to Costco. Do we need anything?
Yeah.
I love to keep lists, especially packing lists and stuff that I can look at and write down and tick off. Of about 2,000 people polled in the UK, 2 out of 5 say they use their phones for lists. A quarter use sticky notes. And one of the problems with that is they're sticky and they'll be gone. They'll stick to something else.
Yeah.
But if you write your grocery list, here's what it says about you.
All right.
you're more likely to have a mind that operates like a filing cabinet. And that can be good for patterns in the brain that promote learning. So don't stop writing lists, okay?
No.
They also said if you write in a physical calendar, you're doing the same thing. You're helping your brain. And you have a better memory compared to those who put them in their smartphones. Handwriters also recalled the information about 25% faster than those who typed. If you've got something that, say vanilla or something, and you put it in your phone, you're way more likely to remember it if you wrote it on a list.
Can I tell you something weird?
What?
If I write things down and I remember how many items I wrote, even if I lost the list, I'll always remember everything.
Good for you.
Isn't that weird?
That's the way our brains work.
Only if I know how many there are. Yeah.
So you're thinking there were 7 things and I've only got 6. What am I missing, right?
Yes, exactly.
If you write a list for grocery shopping, you tend to not buy on impulse. That's a good thing.
Yep.
And the downsides to list making, we've already mentioned. You lose them. Or you can't read your own handwriting or your codes. Like if you write TS, you're thinking, let's see, was I thinking of the poem Cats? No, it's taco shells, right?
Done that. I've done that. Oh, yeah. I thought it was just because of my terrible handwriting, but I guess I'm not alone.
Yep. So those are the benefits to writing a grocery list.
And eating. That's another one.
Oh, yeah. Are you still doing the only shop Canadian thing, by the way? Because there have been little whispers that, it's kind of waning, but I don't believe that. I think that Per Bank, or whatever his name is, at Loblaw or Weston, they're starting that rumor because all I see is American produce being left to sit there and go on sale. What are you seeing anecdotally, Lisa?
I'm seeing the same thing. In fact, the only thing I'm buying from the U.S. because I can't get it yet locally is cauliflower, and I cannot live without cauliflower. I get a mulligan on that. But for example, today I went and looked at blueberries, and they were all American, and there were several different sizes and everything, and I just decided I didn't want blueberries. I'm not buying them. I do see a lot more American products than the Canadian ones. They tend to sell out.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice to hear. Oh, and Elaine has a tip on a couple of sunscreen brands and an app that you're going to want to use. And I'm pretty sure one of them is Canadian. So do you want to hear Elaine's message to our voicemail this week?
Of course.
Hi, Erin and Lisa. It's Elaine Fay calling from Guelph. I listened to your podcast when you discussed sunscreens. One app that I find particularly helpful is the Yuka app. It's spelled Y-U-K-A. You scan the product barcode and it provides a score out of 100 after analyzing the ingredients. Canadian Green Beaver and Australian Blue Lizard are 2 sunscreens that I purchased that score well on this app. It also recommends healthier products for you. I enjoy your podcasts. Keep up the wonderful work, ladies. Bye for now.
Well, thank you, Elaine.
Yeah, Green Beaver is Canadian.
It's been a long time since I had a green beaver. But anyway. Sorry, what?
I don't want to know how that happened. Yeah, so it's apparently a very high-quality mineral sunscreen. And the other one, Blue Lizard, was invented in Australia. And the neat thing about it is the cap on the tube turns blue when the sun is out enough for you to need sunscreen. So it reminds you.
That's great. And that's the Yuka, Y-U-K-A app. Now, this so sings to you and the way you feel about the sunshine. And you mentioned off the top that you're turning into a mole person, and it's not just because you want to protect your skin. For that, you also have your envy pillow.
That's right. Yeah, one of the great things about being a mole person is spending more time with my envy pillow. The envy pillow has its ergonomic, chiropractor-approved design that cradles your head and supports your neck in a way that other pillows just don't. If you look at how you lie on a regular pillow that's thicker in the middle, it just doesn't make sense to have your neck bent on that kind of an angle. And once you try the envy pillow, you'll know exactly what that means because you'll feel the difference. It really is an incredible way to sleep, and I literally cannot sleep without it now. I don't know about you.
I notice it when I'm traveling and I haven't been able to take it with me. It's one of those things that makes your bed feel like home. And when your bed feels like home, you can sleep better no matter where you are. So get a Travel Envy pillow if you're going anywhere this summer, or even use it to try it out at home. Go to Envy, ENVY, pillow.com and use our code GF to get 10% off.
Now, if I may, I want to just add two little things to calling myself a mole person. One is that my skin reacts horribly to the sun.
How do you mean?
I get dark marks that take months and months and months to go away. I get all sorts of little freckles and things that come up. And my skin, especially on my face, does not like the sun. But the other thing is, and this is perfectly normal, since having my cataract surgery, more light's getting into my eyes, so my eyes are super sensitive. If we wait too long to go for our morning walk and it's bright and sunny out, I'm really reluctant to do it. I put a hat on, I put my dark sunglasses on, and it's just not comfortable yet. So this is what's turning me into a mole. It's not a psychological thing where I'm burying underground and I'm thinking I need to hoard pickles and beans and be in a bomb shelter or something.
I am starting to think that about you. It's like, okay, is this where she drops her basket? Is this it?
No, that's not it.
Well, okay, how does this work out then? Because I'm looking at spending a few months away this year, as I did last winter, because it's something I always wanted to do. And of course, not going to the U.S., and I hope people are keeping up that travel boycott as well. Whatever you do, do you. But I'm looking at Mexico, and I'm really trying to find a place that has shade for my little mole friend. Mole, mole, mole. Actually, mole in Spanish is that nice chocolate sauce that you get on food. So you can be my mole friend. So what do I do? Like, you know me, I'm a pool person. I love to get the sun. I'm somewhat reckless, but when I'm in a sunny place, I put on my 50 on my face every morning. You are 10 times more religious about it than I. But what do you do for vacations, Lisa? Like, is this infringing on your enjoyment of life? That's what, or my enjoyment of my life. That's what I'm really worried about.
Of course. Remember the year that we took that convertible and we went to a couple of other islands?
Yes.
I wore a big hat and I kept my sunscreen up and I wore my sunglasses. I mean, the only additional thing right now is the eyes, and that's going to get better and better as I get more used to it. So I've always coped just fine. I mean, we went to Italy and it was super hot and sunny, and I just kept up with all my regimen, and I will cope. I will survive, and therefore, so will you.
Well, with summer starting tomorrow, we're so excited to remind you that you have just over a week to get in on our survey. And oh my God, the responses to this survey, you have humbled us and hugged us, and it's just been absolutely beautiful. That's not why we put the survey out.
But what's really cool is to see what people are doing when they listen, like most are at home, how soon you listen to a new episode, all these little things that are just like, oh, okay, well, that really helps us get a picture of what's going on.
Yeah, who you are. Yes, yes. And please, you just have until Canada Day, and then we'll announce it in our episode after Canada Day, but go to gracefullyandfrankly.com. Where's the little survey button there, Lisa?
Just go to news and you'll find a link right there, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, and leave us a voicemail if you thought of things that definitely need improvement, as long as it's not us. Okay. I have a twits.
And now it's time for This Week in Totally Stupid or
Twits. Here we go. This is going to be a short one, but it says so much. So in the U.S. where they have the real ID for travel now. It just started a few weeks ago. You have to have this in order to fly, this in order to do whatever. People are trying to use what as their official ID?
Oh, I have no idea.
Costco cards.
Oh.
Well, it's got my name and my photo.
Everybody's got one.
That's right. And you get a free chicken if you line up over there, sir. Oh, my gosh. Wow. So trying to use Costco cards for official travel ID, that's just the chef's kiss of twits. And there you go.
It certainly is.
Well, you have a great weekend and week ahead, and I can't wait to talk to you next Thursday. See you next Thursday. Uh-oh. Yes, that works too. Oops.
It does, doesn't it?
Okay.
Bye-bye for now.